All right, good morning everybody. It's Matt Connolly here. Happy Halloween. As you can see, I have dressed up as an attractive real estate investor. That is my costume for today that I wear every day. All right, I'm just kidding, but I'm kind of serious. So, no, here we are at one of our latest renovations that we're getting ready to start. We bought this house earlier this week, and this will be our biggest renovation to date. All right, we've done some big ones in the past, but I have a feeling our budget on this is going to be north of $150,000. It's a huge project. It's very exciting, so we wanted to get better at these videos. We've been a little lax with them because we've been busy, but Anthony and I have dedicated to putting out some new videos. All right, so let me walk you through real quick outside what's going to happen, because we got to transform the outside of this, because frankly, to get what we need to resell it, we have to make it a more attractive house, right? So what we're going to do is this. Basically, the entire roof line of the house is going to change. All right, it's going to be higher, and we're also going to put a porch on here. So there's going to be an 8-foot porch on the front of this house. Let's just call it what it is. It's a little shabby, it's a little janky, and it's pretty haggard. But this garage, I don't know how anybody got in it. Look how small it is. Like, I don't think you'd have to crawl out of your sunroof or out of your trunk to get out of the car, because it's like 8 feet wide. So that isn't going to work. So we're basically going to go back in the same spot, but we're going to do a single car carport with a parking space next to it. I can't do a double because I got setback issues. I can't go too close to the property line. So basically, in that same spot, it'll be completely open, and it'll work. We'll get 2 cars in there. Front will be really, really attractive with a new, we're going to give it a craftsman feel. So the roof line's going to come down. We'll have exposed rafter tails, nice big front porch, and we're also going to put 2 dormers up on the roof itself too. So lots changing outside, but we've got a lot to show you inside, so we're going to check that out next. All right, guys, welcome inside. I have to admit and tell you guys that Anthony and I spent probably 2 to 3 hours at this house planning it out, because bottom line, it was freaking hard to figure out. It's a terrible layout. When I say terrible, it's horrible, and it's probably the worst layout we've ever worked with. But it's got a ton of potential, but it was a pain in the ass to figure out. And sometimes that's how it goes. You have to spend 2 to 3 hours, and as I think I told you in the last video when we were at Darwin, bring somebody with you. The best thing to do is have somebody else to talk through it with, and you may not agree during the process, but you help one another get to a better vision. And this one was hard. This really, really was the hardest house we've done. It seems the higher the renovation cost, the harder it is to figure out, because they all need a lot of work. So, that being said, we're in the present kitchen, and that's just a stupid place for it. They have all this space and this sort of, check this out, this like little half wall here, right? And it has this little loft feel with a little vaulted ceiling, and I don't know, it's kind of one of those 70s, maybe it was cool back in the day, but it's freaking terrible now. So the issue was, it wasn't really that wide, this space. So what we decided to do is, where I'm standing in front of will be the new door. We'll have a nice craftsman door with 2 side lights on it to let a lot of natural light in. And because we're redoing the roof line literally completely, this will all get ripped off and rebuilt. We're going to do a vaulted ceiling, not only just to halfway, but all the way, right? Then what we'll do is we'll walk into, there'll be a full wall kind of going up here, then a little knee wall, and I will walk through this space here into the living room. All right, so come check out the living room. It, again, needed a little bit more space, and so we're not going to take and start at this wall. It'll be probably back to here, right? So we'll have a 6-foot sort of foyer and about a 12 to maybe 16-foot wide living room, right? We're also going to steal a little bit of a closet. There is a closet on the other side of this that we're going to give back to this room, all right? So from about here over, you'll see this get cut out, because then that gives this some space. All the windows are gone, so I can put windows wherever we want. So that window will be gone, and we'll have 2 fixed windows, maybe 2 to 3 feet by 2 to 3 feet, right? Small fixed windows up there with some built-in shelves on either side and a spot for your TV in the middle, okay? And from there, it's going to be hard for me to explain what we're doing. You're just going to have to pay attention to this, because honestly, it's kind of crazy. I had to literally get graph paper out and draw this thing out to scale to figure it out, because it was a challenge. Now, the biggest thing we're doing is changing, because you don't want to walk into your kitchen, right? That's just not functional today. So you're going to walk into a foyer in your living room the way that you should, and we're flip-flopping this. Come back here. we're changing this completely. The kitchen will be where the current, I guess this is the living room. I would have said that might be the living room. I guess what we were just in was the dining room. Now this was the living room. I don't know, it's weird. So it will be the kitchen now, okay? These triple doors here will be gone. We'll have maybe a single with a side light, maybe a small French door. We'll see what we have room for. Again, a nice big vault in here as well. Because when you redo the roof line, you can do whatever you want. So we'll have a nice big vault in here. Kitchen cabinets along this wall. The carport, we're not going to enter on the side of this house anymore, all right? So this will be completely walled off, and you won't enter over here anymore because you need that space. You know, we got maybe 3.5 feet there of wasted space that I can give back to the carport to make sure there's plenty of room for those, all right? So that's it in this part of the house. The last thing I want to show you real quick is the master. So let's go over there in a second. All right, guys, welcome back. We're not going to spend a lot of time here because frankly, it's going to be hard for me to explain what's going to happen until this is opened up, all right? But again, Anthony and I spent an awful long time here making sure to get this space right. I think in the last maybe 2 videos ago, Anthony shared functionality in addition to aesthetics. Make sure that you get the value you want when you resell. You can make it as pretty as you want, but if it doesn't function and feel right, people won't pay what you need to be able to make a couple dollars on the house. So this was another one of those examples where, again, I'm not going to go through every detail because it's going to be hard to see, but this bedroom is going to get turned into the bathroom, all right? The master bedroom will become larger, and we're going to take the current bathroom and actually turn it into a closet. So we'll have 2 closets. We'll have one over here, which is the old bathroom, and we'll have another one inside of the bathroom. It's going to be amazing. It'll have a clawfoot tub or a freestanding tub. It's going to have a shower, dual vanities, and access out to the deck. There's a cool deck out there that's going to get rebuilt, but we'll have access off of the master, which is going to be really cool. All right. Next time when we come here, this should be demoed, and I'll show you a little bit more. It'll be easier to see. All right. One more stop before today's video is done. Let's go downstairs. All right, guys. Downstairs, last and final stop. First and foremost, again, coming back to functionality, these stairs, they had to move. Look at them. I mean, it's not as much of an issue down here as it is upstairs. Okay. If you remember back a few minutes ago on that video where those stairs were, they literally were right in the middle of what will be eventually sort of a great room. Well, the stairs literally were right in the middle of it, and it just killed the flow of the house, all right? So they will be completely removed, which is cool because it does 2 things for us, right? Number 1, it makes upstairs a lot more open. Number 2, in this room, which is going to be a game room, a man cave, a woman cave, whatever, all right? It's going to be a cool room where you can put your big screen TV, you can put a pool table, whatever the hell you want to do. It's going to be a big space once this is gone, right? Now you can imagine this whole thing being open, and it's kind of cool. Check it out over here. It's kind of neat when you have old homes that have things that you can restore or change but make better, but they're kind of already there. For example, we would never plumb for a sink down here. We just wouldn't do it because, frankly, it would cost too much money, and it's just one of those things that we've never found ourselves doing. But guess what? We've already got plumbing here. You better believe I'm going to keep this brick, maybe paint it, I don't know. And what we'll do is we're going to put some new cabinetry. But since we have plumbing, why not plumb for a new sink, right? Now it's only a few $100s versus maybe $7 to bring plumbing to this, all right? So that's kind of cool. Now you can start to see this is going to be a space to entertain, right? The other thing that's going to happen is this. This one is funny because it may not make the best video because it's really hard to see the major changes. So I'm going to do my best to explain these, but hell, I still can't visualize it fully, all right? I'm like 90% there, but until it gets gutted, then you can really start to see things. This will be a door that's going to go into our new mechanical room. So our HVAC will be in there, our hot water heater will be in there, and frankly, we designed it big enough to be a little bit of storage. So you could put, your luggage and that stuff, because, you can never have too much storage in a house, and you have to be smart about giving. Not everything has to be living space, because people are going to walk in here and they might have 2 kids and they're going to go, where do I put all my crap, all right, my kids' crap? And so you need that space to design into this to make it a functional house, okay? A couple more things as we come around here. Our new stairs will basically start up here, all right, so come around here. So basically, I'm standing where the stairs will start coming down. All right, so the stairs will start from upstairs, coming down here. Once we'll hit right around here, there's going to be basically a landing that will spread out. And so we'll be able to come down, hit a landing, go down here, and go down this direction as well. Because the original way I had it planned or visualized in my head, until I started to draw it, it seemed right until I drew it, and I go, that sucks. Because the original plan was to bring down, hit a landing, and then turn. And then you walk, and you wanted to walk into this big room here. Well, guess what? That's a pain in the ass. Because, and I didn't realize it until I drew it, how do you get to this bedroom, that bathroom, and that bedroom? You have to walk down, turn down your stairs, and then walk around like this. You're going to get dizzy coming into your basement. Now it comes down and it'll flare out. You can go either direction. I think that's going to be a really cool design feature, but it's functional as well. Okay. Last thing's really down here. It's simple. We're just going to gut it. This HVAC, as I mentioned, will move over to where I just showed you in that mechanical room. This will be a bedroom. That will stay a bedroom over here. And this half a bath, check this out. It's got a half here now. So we've got vanity, we've got commode with a very yellowed toilet seat. And now I'm going to bust into here and put a shower. All right, so we'll have a full bath down here. So again, size, right? We have a ranch with a basement. So we're going to have a total of 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, and a bonus room. All right, so that's going to be the thing that I think a lot of people enjoy. Give them an affordable house, although it'll be a fair price, but it's going to be huge. And that's what a lot of people enjoy these days, having a little extra space to get away, have the kids go downstairs and play, have guests down here, stuff like that. So we're super excited about this. It's going to be a long project because it's huge, but stay tuned. We're going to do a good number of videos on this one, and we'll talk to you next time. Alright guys, a last little bonus. Anthony and I were literally getting ready to leave the house, and we're talking about some more things, and we noticed something funny. And I think part of me, and it's neat to see who lived in a house, what they did, and sort of the story, right? Because we're going to come in and restore somebody's house, but we never really met them, right? And so it's neat to get a glimpse into what kind of person they were. And we figured out 2 times that we're, like, probably not last visit, maybe prior visit before that, of the guy that owned this house used to work for Acme, and we found a plaque upstairs that he was like the #1 sales rep for Acme selling electrical stuff, right? And it shows because there is some crazy lighting in this house that you would never see, right? He's got recessed lighting in the wall cavities. He's got a lot of recessed things, and there are all these different fixtures, and that's what he used to sell. So maybe he was the #1 sales rep because he bought all his own stuff that month and put it in his house. Maybe that's why he became #1 rep. But things like this was like, the hell is this? Who puts like a mounted light on here? And I have a theory that he's like like an investigator, and he comes down here to, you know, find out if people have done things, and they shine the light on him, like, where were you the night of Halloween, October 31st, 2014, right? And maybe, I don't know, maybe that's what they do down here. But look at this stuff. Like, this is crazy. Most houses have 1 electrical panel, and that's it. Maybe a sub panel somewhere else. This dude's got stuff feeding everything, right? I mean, he's got his main panel here. He's got one of these beauties, right? I love seeing those, right? You come into a house and you see that. It probably, obviously, still functions, but man, obviously it's got to go. He's got something just for his stove. I don't even know what the hell this does. He's got another panel over here. That's for the... Actually, I don't think that works. This guy, that one still works. And then little things like this. Code these days, if you've got a house like this, we may or may not have to do it. Depends on what the inspector says. But new construction, when we were just at that last house, right? The new build, you have to hardwire smoke detectors. That's code. Nobody did that back in the day. But this guy did, right? So he hardwired his smoke detectors in the 60s or 70s. Nobody does that stuff, right? Obviously, this guy had an affinity for electrical, and it shows in this house. And it's neat to see. Unfortunately, we're not keeping any of it, but it's a neat glimpse into somebody that took pride in a house. Because I bet back in the 70s, this was kind of a grand house, and it was pretty cool. And we take a lot of pride in restoring the house and making it a grand house again, too. So just wanted to take another couple seconds and share that stuff with you because we thought it was kind of funny. Talk to you next time.